Initially, what stands out is how he, and this is one of the things that I've been trying to explain to people. One of the reasons why I chose Kyler Murray is because I feel like he falls right under this kind of category very, very well. Undersized guy, but still is able to create a lot of torque, a lot of velocity in his throw. Primary reason why is because of his mechanics and what he does to generate force. So notice that he stands up pretty tall when he's kind of reading the defense, scanning what's going on, and then from there he sinks down, and when he sinks down, you can tell he pushes down hard with that back foot. Notice that right foot there, he's pushing down hard with that foot, and he's using that to then get his momentum going forward. And once he gets that momentum going forward, now he tries to get a big whip, and he really uses that front arm, and this is something that I think is crucial for quarterbacks to understand, that front arm becomes a primary driver for rotation, not only for the hips, but also for the trunk, the upper body, and how the front part of the overall spine comes in and rotates through, which then propels the arm to come forward. So once again, that front arm is a primary force producer for generating the hip rotation, getting the trunks to better rotate. When the trunk gets good rotation through, then that really ends up being a catapult for being able to get good arm movement, good arm strength. So he's here, he's transferring his weight forward, then from there, big rotation, he pulls that front arm back, big rotation and pull, and notice how hard he pushes off that back leg. I mean, that is how you want to do it. He gets a lot of rotation in that front leg. He has really a great job of stabilization within that front leg. You can tell how hard that front leg is working to make it so it continues rotation through as he's coming through, and being able to endure the amount of forces coming forward, and that's what makes it so he can put a throw with the arm strength that he does. Again, same type of thing. He's standing pretty high up, pushes down into that ground, and then from there, this looks very, very kind of Aaron Rodgers-like in how he gets that push off of that back leg and then initiates that rotation. I think that's great. Different in how he interacts with the ground with the front leg, but how he pushes off of that back leg, it definitely reminds me of how Aaron Rodgers is able to push off of that back leg. And then from there, he gets that great pullback with that front arm and comes through. Now, I think his release is very, very quick, very good as well, but there is actually things that he could probably do to help get to be even quicker. I guess I can go real quick into how he can get his release to be a little bit quicker. The big thing would be, and this is something that we're always trying to push, is that you want to be able to initiate that elbow coming through instead of allowing that ball to raise. So right here where the ball's raising and that elbow kind of staying stagnant, is getting you in a position where, yeah, he's going to be able to create more force output. So that's why he's doing it, because it's going to create a longer sling. Right here, this elbow to this hip is a very big lever to then generate the force that he gets through right there. But if he was able to get that elbow to come through forward quicker and be able to get more rotation within the hip, that would only help him in being able to throw the ball with a little bit more velocity, a little bit more zip on it. Going to the last one. The last one is actually a deep ball, which is always a fun one. So notice the big thing with this one is, notice where he steps. So he steps a little bit off to the side to give himself plenty of room for rotation with the hips. And so many times I see as quarterbacks, when you step and you open up that front foot, you close off that front foot. You don't take the proper step there to make it so then your hips can rotate through. But notice how his hips and his front arm is really what's driving this throw here, okay? And really it's primarily the hips, and being able to push off that back leg and get those hips through is going to be what you have to be able to do in order to throw. But so many guys, when they step too far in front, so then their hips aren't able to get all the way around, and when your hips don't get around, then you're not able to create that good hip and shoulder disassociation. Notice how that hip is turned all the way around and the ball is still back behind his shoulder. So he has so much more, again, the levers, he has so much stretch within the hip to elbow that he's able to generate a ton of force, and he's not a very big guy. I mean, he definitely packs a punch, so it's not like I wouldn't say he's little, but he's definitely undersized as a quarterback. But in how far he throws, I mean, he throws it probably further than a lot of guys that are watching this video that could be, 6'2", 6'3". And the reason he's doing that is because of the effectiveness of how he utilizes his hip and how he's interacting with the ground. And again, notice how he is beforehand. Notice how he's back here. He pushes down hard with that back leg. Look at how he loads onto that back leg. He even kind of bends back with that spine. And then from there, he transfers that weight forward. He opens up good with the hips, make it so he has plenty of range of motion there, and then comes through from there and gets all of his weight on that front leg. You know, I'm not a huge believer, not a huge advocate for that kind of side bend, side lean, but I am a huge advocate of having good front leg stabilization, and he definitely has that. So because of that, I think that he's overall in a great position. If you got any questions about what you're seeing here, reach out. Would be happy to answer any questions. My email is Morey, M-O-R-E-Y, at yourperformancelab.com. If you want to get more information about us, about what we do, check out our Blueprint to the Perfect Throw free ebook. Great information in there. Can talk a lot more about why it's so important to have that great ground interaction. Additionally, if you're looking to get into our 12-week online throw program, make it so we can maximize your efficiency in the throw. We still have a little bit more time left before the season starts. We'd be happy to have anybody else left on board that's interested in doing it. Just go ahead and you can check out the link below, sign up, and we'll get you started. As always, guys, thanks for watching these videos, and we will see you soon.